now I'd like to go on to our guest, which is Howard Thompson. He has his own newsletter group there, the Texas Atheist. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And he had a letter that made it into the Austin American-Statesman here in yesterday's paper, in case anybody saw it. Excellent letter about adultery. It's with our president and all the news going on. There's been a lot of discussion about the Ten Commandments and adultery in the American Statesman. And Howard brought up some extra points here, so I'll let you bring those up here, what you were saying about adultery.
Okay, thank you, Ray. It's good to be here with you and Joe this morning. I appreciate the invitation. Just as a little background for the listeners, the Texas Atheist, which I'm the editor and publisher of, is an online newsletter that goes out a little bit more than once a month. It's free to anyone who is an atheist or agnostic or skeptic or free thinker, rationalist, humanist, whatever you happen to call yourself. We basically just try to keep up with the news and the groups in Texas that have non-theist activities. And if you want to subscribe, just email me at gofreemind@aol.com. That's gofreemind@aol.com. And I will get you on the subscription list for the Texas Atheist. Ray was kind enough to mention the letter in the Austin American-Statesman. From time to time, atheists and others in the area of interest who have interest in religious issues respond to articles in the Austin American-Statesman. This particular article was Kim Leah Perks' article on the Ten Commandments about adultery and morality, relating it to the situation with President Clinton. And I mean, I have no idea why our nation is so concerned with what two people do with each other or not, because we really don't know the situation in this case. But people are already relating it to commandments and morality and things of that nature. And I just basically wrote a little letter that pointed out to the people who want to take the commandments as something Christian that, in fact, Paul in the Bible very explicitly on numerous occasions talks about how the Ten Commandments and the Mosaic Law does not apply to Christians. He's very clear about that, even to the extent in 2 Corinthians chapter 3, he talks about laws written on tablets of stone being the ministry of death and the ministry of condemnation. I can't think of any much more harsh condemnation of the Mosaic Law than that, and very clearly Paul, who claims direct revelation from Jesus, is telling Christians, hey, the Mosaic Law does not apply to you. It's all surrounding his argument of salvation by grace and faith, not by works and deeds, which is very contrary to what the Jerusalem community that Paul is having an argument with is saying. So that was basically the letter right there. I did get a good response. Had about 9 or 10 emails. Most of the people were favorable. There were a few Christians that wanted to correct me and say that Jesus had said that the Ten Commandments were just fine, and that's true. Jesus does contradict Paul, or Paul contradicts Jesus, however you want to look at it. And those contradictions run rife through the New Testament. I did get one very nice letter from an email from a Christian who told me that he was glad to see that even an unbeliever could look at the Bible and figure out that salvation was from grace. So at least there's one Christian out there I know who's read Paul and understand that Paul is saying, to heck with the Ten Commandments, to heck with the Mosaic Law. It's just by faith and grace, and you don't need good works at all. And that was about it, Ray.
Well, I was real impressed when I saw the letter. And I'm always impressed when one of our group makes it into the letter. Letters to the editor. We've had several make it in over the last couple of years that the group's been in existence. We like to keep Austin informed as to exactly what an atheist viewpoint is, and how we can represent ourselves in a lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. But basically, we want people in Austin to know that atheists are real people, and that we have intelligent viewpoints that need to be listened to and heard by the city council and everyone. And so